What's up, guys? Proactive is the name of the show, episode 18.
Yeah, you're right. Episode 18.
Hey,
18 or 17?
Wait, watch. Well, last time ilikuwa 17.
Oh.
Producer, what are we in? Producer doesn't even know. We're in a good episode, I assure you people. And my bet is on 18. So bet ikimwaga yakwaga bet ikiogelea. Ikiumana. Bet ikikunywa maji. Bet ikikunywa maji imekunywa maji. But nika niko sure bet. Odds zangu ziko high. What are we talking about betting? How was your week?
My week was okay.
What were you up to?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Work.
Gym.
A bit of gym. I didn't gym much this week.
No Telemundo anymore.
I don't really have time for Telemundo.
Hey.
Yeah, but I mean there's still a telenovela that I'm following keenly.
Man, yani saa zile nilikuwa nadhani zimeisha kabisa. Alright, my week has been good too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say much.
Nothing new?
Nothing new.
Oh.
What are you? You look like you want to allude to something. Just say whatever you want to say.
Someone somewhere told me that you did something good in church last weekend.
The Lord spoke and I listened.
Okay.
Amen. Moving on swiftly. Wachana na hii story. Wewe nakuona sana. Yeah, but we've been away for a week, eh?
Yeah. Glad to be back.
We left people going for by-elections.
Yeah, in Matungu and is it Matungu, London?
London is a different word. London is in Nakuru.
Uh-huh.
This other one was in somewhere in Luya land. I don't know, Matungu. And people were fixing returning officers' masks.
Oh, yeah.
Adjusting them.
Wow. Lawyers.
Lawyers. If I need to get out of anything, I'm calling Cliff on better. Yes, up, but
he's good. He's very good.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But we saw it being still mad with a lot of skirmishes.
Yeah. Actually, I thought BBI is supposed to be a sign of no more violence associated with the elections.
Yeah.
And because we're in the mood for BBI, yes, we've not passed it, but that's the current mood in the country. I mean, this election should have given us a sign that, by the way, we can actually have elections peacefully.
Yeah.
But what happened was disheartening. Because, I mean, these are just by-elections. Yeah.
And it's just because some parties have strongholds and people are trying to topple them and people are not even... I don't know why people allow themselves to be used in terms of these skirmishes, like how they happen, this poll violence. Like, why would I go fight for someone to that extent?
Nonetheless, we should be afraid.
Anyway,
I'm afraid.
Stop being afraid. People.
Because I thought
we need to vote wisely.
I thought BBI is supposed to be a sign.
A sign of what?
A sign of peaceful elections. Because I mean that is what the principles of BBI have been saying. That this BBI is going to, one of the things BBI is going to change is the culture of violence associated with elections. Riots, chaos.
I think the people should think about it more. And last time I told you, it's never about the groups and the tribes and everything and the personalities. It's just people having to just open up and reason a bit more. See what is happening on the ground and why they're being misused for these things. Because to be honest, surely, Sasa, Ward, London, MCA.
It's a ward, seat for MCA, nani by-elections, not even a general election. So why would by-election,
so violent?
So much emotions.
Yeah.
But ni sawa.
But we definitely saw this thing being fueled by few individuals and some parties doing much of this. We didn't get to hear about the independent candidates. We didn't hear about the rest of the guys there. We don't know what happened, yeah?
Yeah.
The results came out. I'm not even sure who won.
I also don't
because
know
even the media
but I saw ODM celebrating.
Because the media fed us more about the violence than the election itself. So if you see fire, you don't fuel it, because whatever you're doing there fueled this fear that you have, fueled a lot of hostility towards other people now from other sides. They should be the ones championing for peace and not just promoting this kind of violence we saw.
Yeah,
these are just by-elections. Next year, what will happen?
Next year, 2022.
You haven't even gotten to the referendum yet.
And by the way, I think there should be a referendum this year. There might be a referendum. Oh, but speaking of referendum, you remember last time we discussed the process, the BBI process. We discussed, I think, chapter 16 of the Constitution and why the BBI is going through whatever process it's going through. This past week, I think the BBI was in Parliament. It was in the Senate. I don't know about Parliament, but it was in the Senate. I think I saw it on Twitter. Plus, as I was walking past Parliament, I saw a number of people, ordinary Kenyans that is seated outside Parliament. So later on, I saw that we had the LSK president submitting on why the BBI should not pass. And I know of a certain Mama Njugu. I think I saw it on our senator Sakaja's Twitter. Saying that there was a Mama Njugu also went to submit on BBI, spoke for the BBI. So at least we can say that public participation took place. That is commendable, but mbona mi sikuitwa?
Wewe sio Mama Njugu.
Mbona sikuitwa? Hata mimi ni Mkenya.
Endo wanze kuza
I didn't see them inviting someone like me, or I don't know anyone who was invited. For sure there were people there.
Maybe they need to address, especially because they've targeted the youth a lot. With the report. So maybe we need to figure out.
Actually, most of the people I saw did not really strike me as youth. Just middle-aged people of the society.
Our first batch of vaccines are in the country.
Last week. They arrived last week.
If you get the opportunity, are you getting vaccinated?
Yes, of course.
All right. Good to know. I was worried about that. Nowadays you give me some weird answers. I'm not even sure about what you'll tell me. But there've been allegations of people getting prioritized that shouldn't be prioritized first.
Politicians versus frontline health workers, because as it was before the vaccines touched down Kenya, we were told that the priority will be given to the frontline health workers. But there were some allegations. Allegations because they've not been proven, and of course because I've not really looked into it to confirm whether or not it's true that politicians have been getting the vaccines. But politicians have been given priority over the frontline health workers. Again, it's an allegation.
But it should be a no-brainer,
I
mean, frontline workers, they're there. They're the ones fighting for this thing. For us to even have an opportunity to go back to a new kind of normal. And the other thing is that the vaccines are here, but the situation in the hospitals is terrible. Terrible because it is difficult to get a hospital bed. Private hospitals, public hospitals are full. So dear listeners, you need to be very careful. COVID continues to be real. COVID continues to be real. And the biggest fight I have with the government is not even about the vaccines shouldn't be big as screening and isolation and making sure that identifying these people and testing. Screening and testing should be one of the biggest things, the core things that we should be working on to be able to stop it. I think slowing it down makes more sense instead of just rushing for this vaccine. And we have work to do. I'm not even sure by which year we are being told that everyone will be able to be vaccinated. Tuliambi ita take how long?
Maybe by next year. I don't know. But I hope I'm among the lucky ones to get the vaccine.
Well, lucky. You see the problem now? It's actually you're actually waiting on it from a point of luck. And it's not even being prioritized. But reggae.
Nobody can stop reggae. And speaking of reggae, our dear former retired Prime Minister,
the Rastaman himself,
the one that loves reggae, he was taken ill this week. According to the media, he's suffering from COVID.
By the way, let's just tell people honestly, please wacheni hii joke ya kila saa mtu akiingia Nairobi hospital mnaanza kuweka funeral hapo next. Stop. It's not a funny thing. I really don't like it, but I saw that he was there. He had I think he was feeling fatigued.
And he was told to isolate himself for 2 weeks.
But let's be honest, public rallies have been super spreaders.
Of course, and that's why the president announced yesterday that political rallies have been banned.
But did he
for
have
30
to
days?
see?
I think it's for 30 days, right?
Yeah, 30 days.
Why is he banning political rallies for 30 days? Yet curfew is going on for 60 days. 60 days.
But like curfew ni ya nani?
Kwani nene amesema COVID ina spread usiku
COVID ina spread kutoka 10 mpaka 4. Hivyo ndo tunaambiwa.
Of course that's not true. By then inaniuma. That curfew is going on for 60 more days, yet political rallies have been banned for 30 days.
For 30
only.
days. But
you cannot compare.
He should actually be one of those people who actually apologizes for, because he knows all the rallies that he's done.
He should have started with an apology.
He started with
on
an
his
apology.
Behalf and on behalf
moving
of his,
from
of
Nairobi,
his party.
exactly, moving from Nairobi to Moranga to all these places, being one of the people, and he saw them in those rallies. People not wearing masks, not even having safe distances, and he knew for sure this is going to be a super spreader. Hana lakini ajui bouncer wake ndio amengangana kushikana na watu, akaenda kutoka Nairobi akaenda sijui kwingine, security team akaenda kusukumana na watu tena. It's an easy way of spreading it. The third wave is stronger than the first wave, so you know. Na wewe unaenda political rally, kwani unadharau corona kiasi gani?
Sinasikia wanapewangwa pesa.
So money over death.
Sometimes people get money just by attending this rally.
But I can't blame them. You know, at times hunger will
go take
cause
that money, dear listener. But be careful. Take care of your health and also
remember people,
make your choice wisely.
You know, when testing started and they went for voluntary testing somewhere in Kawangware, those people were chased away and they were told if they don't come back with food, we don't want their testing. And I understand an ordinary mwananchi saying that because this man is and this family is hungry, and you are coming here to test them. Nini tawaua kwanza, corona manja? You get me?
Yeah,
so when they go for these rallies and they go for the money, but kuna ile jeshi yenye iko sure tu kabisa itapata hiyo do. Manze iko huko mwisho kwa line, manze inakuja kudu. Why you there? Just go home and wait for them. The directive that was given before this time was we would hold public sessions like barazas and so that to isolate people and to make sure that the numbers were not big. But that was just them making sure that they can engage in political rallies. Well, it's come to bite you now. You can't complain. You were given the opportunity. You decided to do what you want and go free.
But the question is, Timo, are you sure that next week we will not see a rally being held somewhere and the authorities being silent about it?
We shall hold him accountable because
you know, this Kenya of ours, I am so sure next week or the week after next week,
well, the president
before the 30 days lapse,
the president
I will see someone from either ODM or Jubilee holding a political rally.
The president said it himself, and he said, me included, if I do this, directives will be taken. So I'm hoping that he keeps his word, because nowadays this guy has proved there's not much to keep his word, but we'll wait and see. And I'm sure whatever he does, it will open for other people to also do it, because they'll say, if the president is doing it, who are we not to do it? Right? So I don't see it not happening. And you see, they have already given directives again. There's one guy who usually uses church meetings, you know, and you know, churches have been reduced. They've been told to go back to a third of
the capacity of
so
the
we're
church.
waiting to see if still some people will use churches. So I can't say much about it. I'm hoping people will keep their word and reduce this spread. Because it's not about the vaccination, it's how we are spreading it. We have been chief super spreaders. When other countries have been doing it through parties and sijui forcing themselves to go back to restaurants, sisi tunapigana hapa tuna political rallies, surely. Doesn't make sense. You know? But I hope a quick recovery to the Prime Minister, retired. I hope he gets better. I'm not going to talk about allegations of certain African leader being around.
Oh, by the way, apparently there's a top African leader who's currently hospitalized or was hospitalized and then flown to another country.
We're not sure what's happening. We'll come back to you when we get the info.
Yeah,
but it's good to see
whoever that African leader is, wow, Paul, we wish you the best in your recovery.
It's good we have good healthcare, but it's also bad that it's private healthcare that's the one that is really good. But the public one.
Yeah, but aren't you just so proud of your country that whenever these other leaders from the other African countries need proper healthcare, they come to Nairobi.
Yani si ndio en route yetu, yende stopover ya kwenda.
They come. You see the way now everyone goes to India for cancerous treatments. Now they actually come to Nairobi. It actually means a lot. The only problem is the ordinary mwananchi, the ordinary Nairobian cannot afford such healthcare that is within their city, within their county.
But it's up to us to go back to our counties and demand for these things, because in our counties, that's where our healthcare system, universal healthcare, as per the government right now and how they want to achieve it is through the counties.
Yeah.
And we've seen equipment being taken to the counties and laying idle. We've seen staff workers being paid by the county having issues with the county. And it's up to the people to go back to the county and demand for what their right is. The right to
the highest attainable standard of health.
But
that's one of those rights that are progressively realized.
Exactly. So it's
that word, progressive realization. So we cannot expect the government to provide us with the best healthcare from one day to the next.
I agree with you, Elsie.
It's a process.
But people should demand from it from their side, such that some things shouldn't be everyone.
These are the demands they should be making at political rallies. Every time we're just saying,
sasa kama si wote tutakuwa tunakimbia bado tu pale Kenyatta, si wote tunakrama hapo. Do you know how just lining up there just for a screening takes forever?
I've not been there.
Appointments need to be made, and when you get there, you have to get there as early as possible so that it can be done by time. When it comes to cancer treatment at Kenyatta, it's one of the most tiresome things that people have to do. And so we have to demand for these things to go down to the county level. And county levels to have the better access to healthcare, that by the time someone is being referred to the national level, it is such a special case that it can't be handled. But cancer treatment, diabetes and all these other things, dialysis, they should be done from the county level. And tulipe health workers wetu. By the way, tuache kucheza na health workers. By the way, siko sure kama watastay. Yeah, they want to strike. I don't know if they've engaged.
I hope they don't.
Yeah,
they shouldn't. We need them. We
need them a lot.
But even we have to maintain them. We have to give them value for their services. We have to appreciate them. And appreciating them, number one, would be actually ensuring that they all get vaccinated, because we have the vaccine in the country.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much we've not touched on. Those 2 weeks were very calm. Apart from some things, we're not gonna give them the airtime that they feel like they deserve, because they don't deserve it. To be honest, those by-elections were frustrating. The president's speech was the worst for me those 2 weeks. Because I didn't see any much progress. Like nowadays you just come and you're like, una expect ifunguliwe. It would be a shocker for me hata kifungua.
By the way, I was actually hoping that atafungua, but atafungua lini? I'm tired of curfew. I'm honestly tired.
Same script, nothing is changing, man. Nothing is changing, but it's time we demand for these things. And how do we do it? We ask from the I really need us to push things in the county level, but also to ensure that you yourself take care of your health at first. Maintain social distancing, wear your mask where need be, ensure to sanitize anywhere you go.
Please, if you go to your church and you find out that it's already full or it's already more than 1/3, just go home and attend church from home. Citizen rauka wako hapo.
Eka radio, ujasikiza hata mapasta wa radio in a long time. What's I mean, God is everywhere.
Real.
And
funerals. What about funerals and weddings? Do you think people will adhere to those guidelines, the ones from the president? Because kwa ground,
I'll say for sure.
Kwa ground,
look, I'll say for sure. County administrative or people, like it's been left to the county officers and police. A few people are mentioned there, but it's up to me and you.
Personal responsibility.
Bana, hata kama nilikuwa na personal invite na tumefika more than 100, endo weke zawadi yako kwa meza na uishie. Itakusaidia wanaenda kwanza life yao. uende kwanza life yao wachagwe na COVID. Pali I disagree with them is the arrangement process, giving only people 3 days to figure things out. To bury.
Wow.
That's a bit tedious.
And especially because the typical Kenyan would want to be buried or would want to bury their loved one at the village. So you still have to make arrangements to transport the body and all that.
And transport and all those things.
And sometimes, funerals can be expensive sometimes.
So I don't know if you are being turned into other religions very fast.
Kuna wale wakuzika in a few hours.
Unadai asubuhi, jioni umenini.
But we lost a senator.
You did?
Last week. I don't think we've mentioned that. The father of the DPP.
Yeah.
Senator Yusuf Haji.
That's the name.
The dad to DPP Nordin. Yeah. He will rest in peace.
Yeah. But I don't know how things will go with the process, especially in terms of funerals. We'll wait and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Cause hata kutoa hiyo mwili mtu unapataga hata hospital bill lazima icleariwe.
Yeah.
That's a bit tedious. I'm happy that essential service providers wamefunguliwa a bit more than before, because when walikuwa na transport food, they had to go through a whole lot of processes. We'll see how things go, because now they're allowed to do the night transport.
Yeah.
And also companies that have double shifts and have work night shifts.
At least they've been accommodated. They've been considered.
So those are small victories. Wacha tu tusiseme.
Yeah.
We're still looking for an economist.
Yeah, we need an economist to come and discuss
Econ
the state
101.
of the Kenyan economy.
Yeah. We need to know. The president mentioned something that we didn't suffer for us. We are on target to go back to a 7% something.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on here? Well, others are have suffered a setback, what, by 12%. And I was keen to listen to that part, and I knew we still need an economist to come and tell us what this man said.
Yeah. So if you know an economist, kindly just...
Yeah. And if they have questions,
forward their names, forward their contact details, tell them to reach out to us. You can reach us on our social media sites, Acute Media, Acute with a Q, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Acute Media. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're done for this episode.
Yeah.
It was a good one. We need though to work on that thing. I see Zach and Mela in the building.
Oh, they're around. Hype them.
No, I'm not going to hype them.
Hype them.
These guys, I give them hype too much.
Are you into hip-hop?
They brought Yahweh on the show last episode.
Yahweh, I'll discuss hip-hop.
You need to go and listen to that episode.
Oh.
Yeah. Yellow Tape is still there.
Yes.
Producer, who am I missing? Who started the new year? Is Steve back? Jangana, you're wasting our time. We need you back. Who else?
Liz Mash.
Is Byron? Byron is back? Byron, you're on and off. We need you back, man. This is that. Shout out to Byron for being in the diaspora. When you listen to this episode, please tukujie tu na souvenirs, you know.
Yeah.
Na siku ati yako hapa Rwanda. Byron is in New Zealand. Byron, if you're listening to me, we need a All Blacks jersey, right?
Yeah.
Just hang it somewhere and say that you are or you are around here. That we know about you. Tuambie saa zile unarudi. Who am I missing? I think we've covered ground,
Lefty.
Lefty is management.
No, see, they have a show.
Lefty quit this.
They have a show.
Lefty upgraded. They dropped the show, man.
Oh, wow.
Waka-upgrade akasema now ameenda management. Now she's managing us.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to you, Lefty.
Shout out to your manager.
And of course, senior resident podcaster Mr. Yahweh on Hard Talk. At least I am always constant on his tweets, just getting to know what's happening around the country. Yahweh is pretty cool. And Hard Talk is one of those cool episodes.
Yeah.
That's why Zach and Mel decided to bring this guy around. I swear, you need to go listen to that episode.
Yeah, Yahweh with Zach and
Yeah, they were talking about Spotify. Spotify is in Kenya.
Yeah, in Kenya. Okay, I knew about
Wait,
Nigeria.
check hata show yetu imefika kwa Spotify.
Nigeria. I know what she's on
Spotify. To fight sai hata show yetu iko Spotify. Tunalipaga hata subscription na M-Pesa.
Mimi sisikizangi Spotify, but anyway guys, it's been amazing.
It's been real, guys.
Yeah. So next week man. Yeah? Yeah. Tumemaliza hivyo. Tumemaliza.
All right, bye guys.